Here we are at the start of the trail. Where am I? Sandy Hill and Link Road. What is it? 2-night, 3-day hike. And yeah, a beautiful part of the world. Right. Look at the size of these things. They're absolutely amazing. Oh, fuckers better not mind this. Wow, excellent. Just a bit of backstory. I was dropped off by my partner at Palings Road. There's kind of like where the track meets the road, I guess. Palings Road it's called. Yeah, and I'm just heading north back towards Donnelly River Village, even though I'll get picked up at One Tree Bridge, Glenoran Dam. So that's where I'm headed at the moment, providing I stay on the trail. The first hut is just up here. Not entirely sure if I'll stay in it, but I'll I don't know, I guess I'll check it out and see if I like it or not. Here we are coming into the hut. Some camping down that way. I'll check that out in a bit. That might be it actually, I don't know. This beautiful body of water here. Oh, God, I'd love to jump in there if it was a bit warmer. Awesome. These are the camping spots, so we'll go have a look at that. Really nice flat ground actually, it's pretty good for a tent. There's 2, there's 3. Wow, that's excellent. And I'm guessing this is the shitter down here. Yeah. Excellent. I've got a hammock, so I might have to set my hammock somewhere up. Over here maybe, if possible, if there's 2 trees close enough. I'm not liking my chances at the moment. So, it's 2:45, and I'm still trying to find, I've left Beavis Hut, and I'm still trying to find, because I have a hammock, 2 perfectly freaking spaced trees, as you can see. They're all spindly little things like this. I'm trying to find 2 perfectly spaced that aren't across the track. Yeah, I probably want to set up soon because it's going to get very dark with this overcast weather. And what is it? Tree cover. So yeah, hopefully 2 magical trees will appear soon. Otherwise I might be at a bit of a pickle. Definitely don't think I'll be bringing a hammock next time. and make use of the huts. Then at least you can have a fire. Anyway, wish me luck. Alright, so I've found a spot which was just off the trail there. I'm heading that way. There's a lovely river just down there. There's two trees here. This one. My turn. This one. No, sorry. This one. And one over there. No widow makers up the top, so I should be pretty safe, I think. As I say that, I'm seeing one over there. Should be good here. But yeah, I think this is going to be the spot. I'm a bit worried about the dampness because quite low right near the river. Everything's going to settle and may cause me some grief. But I guess I'll just have to deal with that with my thermals. Okay, very good. Setup time. Alrighty, just a bit of an update. I've set up camp a bit and I've been very lucky because it hasn't pissed it down on me. Touch wood. This is the Hennessy. I wish I could say I set this up in like record time, but it actually took me a hell of a long time because this tarp is the extra one that I bought, but this is the one that comes with it. And I set it up the first time and it literally, like, the edge of the hammock is kind of like right here. So if it was to rain really heavily, which it actually did last time that I went hiking, and I actually got wet in the middle of the night. So this is my kitchen. Yeah, this is kind of like my kitchen. I'm concerned about rats and shit and ants and stuff. So I've made a little contraption there to hang my food and also to hang my bag so it's under the shelter and not tied to the tree where it's kind of open, which is what I'd normally do. But oh well, it seems to be working. So yeah, pretty happy with that. Nothing's gonna kill me. I didn't actually see that one, but yeah, that could. Anyway, when it's your time, eh? Camp is just over there through those trees. You can just see the rain fly, and short walk through here. And there's a deadly drop. You can't really see that on the camera, but that's very steep down to a babbling brook. So that's quite nice. These mozzies are absolutely horrendous at the moment. Good morning. So last night was a fucking failure because I didn't pack enough warm shit, and hanging in this hammock in the breeze was a nightmare. I got probably 2 hours sleep max last night. It was freezing. I had thermals on. I had a -5 sleeping bag, so I thought that would have cut it. This thing has a sort of like a window shield sort of fabric thing that goes underneath that's supposed to keep you warm, and it did okay, but when that temperature dropped down, there's just no stopping it. Oh man, that was a very intense night, very cold. Yeah, I was actually just having dreams this morning about like buying a new sleeping bag, and then I woke up and I was like, oh shit, I'm not doing that. So I don't know what tonight's going to bring. I'm not getting picked up until the day after, so I'll have to come up with something. Always good to practice, leave no trace. My hammock was over there and my kitchen was straight through this way from that tree. So I'm just going to basically rough everything up a bit and yeah, and hopefully it won't look like someone's been here. There we go, all done. Just had to tackle the most deadliest hill ever with this pack, which is really not smartly packed. This hill was like that angle to my face. It was like I was literally like climbing a ladder. It was freaking hectic. Anyway, I've been walking down the other side of the hill and I've just realised like I don't have any of those cool action shots where people walk past as if the camera's not there, so here we go. Wouldn't believe it, I was walking down the track and I was feeling really like zenned out and shit by the bush, and I was like, universe, if I'm where I'm meant to be, please give me a sign. And as soon as I said that, I got that. Hill Road West, Hill Road East, or MJ10. I guess it's just telling me this is exactly where I'm meant to be, on a fucking hill. So I originally wanted to make this a little bit more of a bushcraft sort of video, but I'm limited because I don't have a tripod for this camera, nor do I have a GoPro or anything, so I'd have to move the camera every 5 fucking seconds, so it's not really going to work. But maybe when I set up camp next we can tie some knots. Oh, okay, I've been walking for about an hour now on the basis I've been going about 5 kilometers per hour.
That's a bit of a stretch, fatty.
Anyway, I reckon I've got about 3 hours to go and I'll hit boarding house. Being out here all alone made me actually think about auditioning for Alone, which is coming up. I think it should be on this next year maybe. I think they held it down the southwest where I am from. Anyway, I couldn't audition because I got to the fine print and it said must be vaccinated, which annoyed the shit out of me. I mean, I'd hate to give a bush rat freaking COVID. You couldn't be more isolated on a show like Alone, but I don't know. That's where we're at on that one, I guess. I find walking backwards down massive hills like this helps me, because I don't know, I was kind of a big deal in the skating scene, and dropped in off a 6-foot ramp and straight on my kneecap, smashed it in half. So yeah, it's never been the same. So this kind of hurts a bit. Well, there's that, and I'm overweight and old, I guess. So just past another couple of hikers, another couple of ladies. I think one was American and the other one Australian. Or the other one could have been from Canada and the other one from New Zealand, I don't know. Sorry guys, correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, they were saying there's a maniacal rat at the next hut, so it could be some hand-to-hand combat on arrival, so we'll see how that goes. I haven't got any walking sticks, and I just happened to see this one laying down, and I'm like, damn, that's pretty pimp. So what I might do, I've got a little folding saw here, might cut it to length, and yeah, go with that. Oof, that was close. I don't know if you can see that, but this plant here is called the Tundrus rotodorus, I think its name is. If I was to have walked into that, I'd slice my head clean off. Here we are at beautiful Leith Road Bridge, I think it is. I am very low on water, so I'm going to use the old trusty life straw and see if we can't get amoebic dysentery out of this. So this is the so-called flow that I'm getting out of my Sawyer water filter. I mean, granted, it's not been used in a while, but shit, there's not enough hours in the day to wait for this to drip to a drinkable level. Ridiculous. Snazzy little bridge. God, this phone really doesn't do it justice, how beautiful it is here. Especially when I move it around like that. Alright, this is boarding house hut. I didn't have a chance to do the walk in, have a look around. I'll do it later. I was so dehydrated when I got in here. It was crazy. Like, it was big stuff up for me to let it get that far. I ran out of water a long time ago, and my life straw, this useless thing, just drips out like once. Blip. Blip. So yeah, counting on that was a big problem. Boiling water I didn't really want to do either, which I could have, but I just wanted a nice drink of cold water. So, and I was only like, I'd already walked for like 4.5 hours. So I was like, God, I must be there soon. I must be there soon. And then just continuous hills and hills. And I was like, far out. I may have to stop and boil some water here. But I made it in the end, and got all the water on the boil. It looks like cat's piss, but when that cools down, I'm going to drink it very quickly. I'm going to go drop it in the. What am I doing? I'm going to go string it up and drop it in the beautiful little pond they got down there. It's ice cold. I just had a shower. It's amazing. Yeah, so I'm going to go cool that down and get the fire going, and then I'll give you a little tour. That's the path down from the hut, which is up there. Comes down to this awesome little rock where a lot of people. Last time I was here, I had a shower here, and I just did before. It was very Wim Hofish, very, very cold, but it was lovely. I've got the, I don't know if you can see the string just on that tree going down to my bottle of hot water, so hopefully that's pretty cool pretty soon. Yeah, great spot. Alrighty, got some firewood there, ready to start this bad boy up. Here I've got some cotton wool balls which are doused with Vaseline, and this works very well actually. Little fire still. Comes with me knife. Nearly down the phone. Need a tripod. Definitely easier with two hands. Anyway, you get the gist. Billy on the boil there. Just in case I didn't mention, which I was a bit of a huff when I got here, but this is boarding house. What do you call it? Hut. So I've travelled south to north on this one. So I didn't stay at Beavis last night, but I passed through Beavis last night and stayed in the bush. There's the shitter. And apparently there's that evil rat here too, so I've got all my stuff in the box. Anyway, this is the hammock setup. I didn't have the opportunity to do this at Beavis. The poles just weren't in the right configuration. I don't think there was an upstairs. Yeah, it was just floor. And all the trees around were like tiny little ones. So anyway, this is the hammock here. This is a Hennessy hammock. I've got a love-hate relationship with it. I got the hate part because I've never slept in it, but I just love it for some reason. It's actually really comfy. These are the snake skins. You take them off. You pull that back, and the same on the other side. And then it's as simple as that. It's done. That silver, what do you call it? Windscreen shield looking thing. It's a bit thicker. It slides. There's a little, yeah, this side. There's like a little separate pouch that it slides into. So it kind of, the idea is to, insulate you. But last night it wasn't really cutting it, but I think my sleeping bag let me down the most. It's going to be the same deal tonight, I imagine. But now I don't have the rain fly to worry about. I might wrap myself in it. So yeah, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, beautiful hut. Awesome. Little story actually about last time I was here. I was too idiotic to set I was the only one here. I was too stupid to set the hammock up in there. Instead, I chose some freaking trees over there. And that's when I heard, I think it was maniacal rat. It was like, sounded like footsteps right outside right outside until midnight or something. And I was like, fuck this. So I got up, packed up and walked all the way back to Chapel's Bridge and got spooked. One Tree Bridge rather. Yeah, so hopefully tonight's a bit better. Come back to face whatever it was. I'd say it was dodgy rat, but that's where I'm headed tomorrow. I think, what did I work out? It was 12.2 Ks, I think, to Chapel's Bridge. One Tree Bridge tomorrow. And that's where my partner's picking me up. So hopefully it's good. I'll have water this time, so that's a step up. Anyway, dinner. Spaghetti bolognese tonight. Doesn't look great, but I had the cooked breakfast, and man, that is, I know they're expensive, but worth every cent. That was fantastic. That was really tasty, and it lasted me all day. I haven't even been hungry until now. So they're dear, but they're really good. Just a couple of shout outs here. Mads and Viv, I met on the track. Met on the track earlier today. Wisconsin and Wagga. Okay, so not Canadian, American and Australian. Just to clarify that, I'm pretty sure that's Wisconsin and Wagga. And also a big shout out to Long Walks Lisa. I just finished watching all her YouTube videos before I started, so yeah. Hi. And this is what it comes out like. That smells delicious. Haven't tried it yet, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be great. Yeah, awesome. Yum. Got the clothes drying there, because I'm going to need every single one of them tonight. That's just wet through because my shitty backpack doesn't have a breather thing. So it gets wet through, but yeah, a few minutes by the fire and it should be sweet, and then I'm all hot to trot. I'm pretty knackered, to be honest. Good morning. Another freezing night. I was sitting here shivering my ass off, so I figured I may as well. It's 5:17. Slept from about 8 till 12, and then the cold woke me up. From about 12 to 1, then the rat started its shit. From 1 to 2, and I think I got a couple more hours before I woke up now at 4:30, 4:45 I'd say. And I'm just sitting here shivering, so I'm just going to get up and light the fire and get an early start, I think. This is the little Trangia style. It's not a Trangia, it's the same thing though. What do you call it? Burner that I've decided to take hiking. I'm going to get some water on today, so I've got some water for the road. And but I'm seriously considering changing this to a jet boil, because as nice as it is with the quietness of how you do everything, it just doesn't boil quick enough. it takes a long time to boil something like that size. So when you're in a pinch and you just want some water to drink, yeah, I think a jet boil is the smarter option. It's very bulky too, this setup, so food for thought. No trees were harmed. Excellent piece of kit, this. This will charge your phone for days, even though my phone on flight mode has actually lasted for days. But it's only just getting down to 30% now, but this thing's great. Plus I've got some ear pods in there, which this will charge pretty easy too. Very handy. And for breakfast this morning, we have Deb with onion. Can't really see any onion in there, but breakfast of champions. And some butter also, which I'll chuck in there. So that's breakfast. Not overly appealing, but it'll get me through. This cup's pretty good. I got this with a bottle that fits inside the cup. Hang on. Yeah. But I had the bottle in my pack, and on the way driving to the point where I left onto the trail, the bottle had actually, like, it's got a screw lid on it, and it actually leaked all through my bag. I bought it from a Survival Supplies Australia. They just supplied it. They didn't actually. All right, look, I'm not going to name and shame any companies, but it rhymes with bath winder. Crap, it should not be leaking like that. Like, it was a very good looking sort of sealed cap on it, and it's just, yeah. So I'm going to have to write to them and try and get a refund, but yeah, certainly shouldn't be doing that. But the cup's good, so yeah. Right, now I know you're all frothing about my knife. Hang on a sec. This is the Bibbulmun Entre Sierras, made in Spain. I bought this in Spain. It's like 6 mil thick. That it's pretty heavy. It's complete overkill for this trip, but it feels really good. Like, it's good for, it's got some good jimping on there. Good for batoning, I guess. I just like to know that I've got a knife that's going to be very strong. It's not going to break or full tang. I don't like folded knives. Yeah, some lashing hole there. The case is pretty cool as well. The case comes with the sheath, I should say, comes with a fire starter, which snaps like the first day I got it, which wasn't great, but it's been fine. Also, it's a sturdy case. This thing, this is a sharpener on one side and a flashing device for planes on the other, and a compass as well, and a bit of a ruler there on the left. So yeah, it's a good bit of kit, very handy. Yeah, that's why I bring it, because it's kind of like an all-in-one. I did promise you a couple of knots, even though this holding the phone with my hand is really not ideal for that. But this is my ridge line. This is what I use. As you can see, I've just put a bow line in this side. This is just a normal bit of rope. Bow line in this side, or as the Americans will say, bowline. But they're bloody drongos because everyone knows it's called a bowline. So I just put that round the tree. And then I'll bring that through there. I know this is very hard to see and do with one hand. And then I'll put the stick I'll just do it and then show you. Anyway, that's what it comes out like. See, you can see the bowline, and then I've just threaded the stick in there, and you can tighten that. So that's the reason I do that, is because it's quick release. I can just pull that out and it all comes undone. Then the other side, I have a little prusik knot there as well for my shit. Yeah, you can see that. That's for my tarp. And there's another one on the other side. Right, for the other side, trucker's hitch. So come around here. I hold that with the right hand, the other end. Then I put my left hand over there, grab the other one, pull some slack out of the other one, do two in there, get that out of the way, and come to this one and go two in the opposite direction, and I pinch that with my fingers through that hole, hold that, and then pull. Really tight, so that's not going to go anywhere. And then I'll come around again to tie it off, put over this one, and back to give it some extra tightness, back around. Then when I get to here, I grab a string, take the loop over, give it a couple of twists, and put the end back through. And then tighten it off. And that, that's really taut. That's great for ridge lines or anything. Beauty about the trucker's hitch as well is that it's quick release. So just take that side out of there and pull it. That's it, it's done. All right, time to get packing. Now to get this back into here. It didn't have to be like this. Phew, all done. Just for securing ropes so they don't drop when you pull anything out. That's all these. This one here, this green one, is just a anti-drip little knot that I tied. That's the prusik. The black one's the prusik knot for the fly, rain fly. This is an anti-drip because water runs down here and then drips straight into your hammock if you don't have something like that. The prusik knot doesn't really cut it, so that's just an extra thing there. So to tie these off, I just put the rope over my thumb and then into my pinky, and then I just go round and round. Too much. Until I've got I've got, I don't know, 800 mil or something. It has to be exactly 800 mil. And then you take that sort of, with the first one, you pinch around and then do it nice and tight. And keep going till you've got about, I don't know, 200 mil. And then I just separate this here, and then I'll just pull it. Focus. Then I'll just pull it back a bit just to take the tension off. And then I'll go over like across. And then as I come back through, because I've taken that tension off, I can get it underneath that last one. And then pull it tight, just arrange it. And then it's basically a clove hitch that finishes that off. And then it's not going to go anywhere. Sacrificing one of my chocolate buttons here for the greater good, I think. Danger Mouse woke me up last night, so prepared a little trap for him. That should sort him out. You're welcome. Alrighty, now leaving Boarding House Hut and onto One Tree Bridge. Goodbye, my love! Boarding house just up there. From Boarding House, 1.2 k's along, heading north towards One Tree Bridge is Chapel's Bridge. Do a quick loop for you. It's a public road, camping spot, fire pits there. It's really nice actually. Baños. Some creepy accommodation over there. Pretty sure it's haunted by the looks of it. And another nice little spot down here. Excellent. And you've got the river right there. This is really, really beautiful. Anyway, on we go. On the subject of creepy things, you are always there for me. Hope that's not some kind of spell. Just randomly sitting on a tree stump there. That's nice, isn't it? Great little camping spot there. Somebody's had a sneaky little fire there. Wow, what a spot. Yeah, that's the smarter way down there. From this point, 2 hours walk to our boarding house from here. The halfway point. Nearly stepped on him. Hey little guy. And here I am at the final destination and pickup point of One Tree Bridge. I actually walked in from that way. This is a beautiful little spot. Another spot you can just pull over and chill out really. There's kind of like the Glenoran pool is over there, which is I passed it on the way, and a really beautiful spot. My pickup wasn't supposed to be for another 3 or 4 hours. I did it in really good time today. Started at 9 and ended up here. So 9 at boarding house, here at 11:45, and that's walking pretty steadily, not rushing or anything. Anyway, I happened to run across Department of Parks and Wildlife depot, and I gave them my partner's number, and they're going to race up to the top of the hill where they get service and give her a call and tell them I'm ready. So that was very handy. It's always a good idea to carry a pen and paper for things. So all in all, really good trip. A couple of things I would have done differently with my sleeping system and my lack of water. Probably just carry a bit more water. Otherwise, that great trip. Apart from that horrible rat at boarding house, but I'm pretty sure that that's all sorted now with that trap. I don't think you'll be escaping that anytime soon. Yeah, otherwise, had a great time. Enjoyed it thoroughly. Anyway, my ride should be here soon. So yeah, over and out.